Emmys came on yesterday. Y'all watch?
I did not.
Me
I did
neither.
not know it was a thing until the day after.
Hey, look, it might have came on day 4 yesterday. That's how much I didn't. It might have came on Sunday. I don't know. Kind of the week's kind of a blur. But that shit came on. Some people won. I think Quintina Brunson won. For best
Again?
comedy actress in
Abbott,
a series.
Abbott
Abbott,
Elementary.
shout out to her. I think
Hmm.
I think Abbott won a couple. Um, Beyond that, I really don't give a fuck. Oh nah, shout out to old girl from what's the big bear, the bear kitchen
Oh, Bear. It's just Bear.
bear. The sister from that, she got one.
Shout
Shout
out to Niecy Nash.
shout out to Niecy
Niecy
Nash
Nash got one.
got one. Shout out to everybody black that got one. We
What
appreciate
is it, a
y'all.
reality show or what?
The
Niecy
Emmys.
Nash.
No, Niecy,
Niecy Nash was
Niecy Nash
in
did
Dahmer.
for the Dahmer one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so they did some shit. They paid some homage to some shows from yesteryear or whatever, and they had whole cast reunite. I don't know if y'all saw it with Martin, the cast of Martin, the remaining
Mm.
cast, rest in peace, Tommy. Um,
Chris Beach Tommy.
but
I saw
they
them
they
getting
they, were- they
prepared
were
for
there.
something.
You said
Yeah,
what?
I saw them getting prepared for something.
that was the only one that I saw.
Yeah. But I saw that was the only one I saw too. I ain't watched the rest of them. I ain't really give a fuck about none of the other shows. Hey,
Mm.
look, if it was one of the shows I watched, then I'll watch it eventually. But anyway, so Martin them got up, Tisha Campbell got up to talk, and that's when it got interesting to me because she said some shit, and it was supposed to be like in jest and like a ha tongue in cheek shit, whatever. But she was saying some real shit.
Hmm.
Cole was up there like they was gonna get an Emmy, and she was like, "No, we're not accepting no Emmys, Cole." I mean, it'd been nice if we would have got one or a couple, whatever, back in the day when we was on, but we didn't.
135 episodes.
135 episodes. We didn't get an Emmy, and hell, we weren't even nominated for a fucking Emmy. It just got me to thinking and just realizing and just looking at it like, damn, Martin was one of our shows. We hold that into the highest regard of television. That's on the level of the highest highs of television. Am I wrong?
No.
Right?
Yeah.
Didn't didn't sniff an Emmy. How legitimate can I possibly deem this award when the shit I regale isn't even considered?
Mm. Very good point.
How hallowed can this award be when you ignore such great works like Martin? And I'm gonna go ahead and assume, I don't even think they said it, but I'm gonna assume a living single. I'm gonna assume New York Undercover.
Hmm.
I'm gonna assume shows like that that were on the same lineup, but on their own day, competing against some other motherfuckers on the down the dial a little bit for their Thursday night lineup or whatever. But that lineup of Martin, Living Single, and New York Undercover,
Oh, that was the shit. That was it. That
the
was a
lineup.
reason. Nobody was outside Thursdays.
So you can't say that it wasn't a popular enough night to garner enough notoriety to interest the people that watch the Emmys or judge for the Emmys. They were there, they saw us, and they was like, "Nah, fuck y'all." And I thought further on it. And I started to remember what motherfuckers like Essence Atkins and the Wayans brothers and people like them was telling me about how TV worked and how TV worked with people of color and how they would have black folks come on the TV and come on the network and build it and flood it with show after show after show,
Hmm.
give it content, bring the eyeballs to it, give it viewership, which would give it the ability to sell things, the ads and stuff. That's where the money comes in. Be
What,
all black,
bro?
huh?
I said, what, bro? Wow.
And then,
That's hmm.
and
You know,
then,
hmm.
what you say?
No, no, no. I'm saying because like you think back in the '90s, there weren't really that many sitcoms on Fox that had that type of staying power.
No. No. Fox had the Dennis Miller show, I believe. Um, they had the show about the other guy, not Dennis Miller, but the white guy who was like a perpetual man child.
Larry Shanley.
No, not
Oh
Larry.
no, you talking about Chris? What the fuck?
He always act like a kid.
Stand in the place where you were. Now, think about direction, wonder why you haven't been. His name
Can't
was
remember that
Chris.
name for shit.
Fucking. His name was Chris
Chris Anderson.
fucking. Chris
No,
who?
nah. I'm thinking of Louis
You talking
Anderson.
about that bald nigga?
Yeah,
And he got
redhead.
hit by a car
Yeah,
in the opening.
yeah, hit by a car. Weird
And
guy.
in the place where
He
you
got a
were, that
face
was
that
his
looked like he lives in his mama's basement.
fam. His name was Chris Sommer. He was very integral in a lot of comedy back then. We just didn't know
Mhm.
until he was like the Stephen King of comedy. Like when he was in shit, it was because he was the producer, the executive, the da da da, the this, the writer, that, the this, the
Who
that.
would give him a job? Him.
I don't know because he was a fucking
Right.
man
Who
child.
would give him
But
a
you
job?
know who also like that them work niggas. Yeah, that nigga, Chris,
That guy.
whatever.
Whatever his
Yes.
name is, that guy though. Yeah. But she would say how they would bring black folks onto the networks to build them up, and then as soon as the network got a little bit of notoriety, got a little bit of money, Dawson's Creek.
WB.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we gonna pivot to white teenage drama these and comedies, and we gonna get Buffy and whatnot. Put them on here. Have a ball. Um, but just watching the Emmys use people to bolster the Emmys which they ignored for years. Well, for the entire existence of them, they ignored Martin forever, and then they're going to try to use Martin to bolster this struggling, pitiful bullshit show that nobody watches anymore. So they're repeating the same shit that they did back in the 90s, back in the early 2000s by using black creatives to bolster some shit to get it some more eyes on it while when it's struggling and it's not making any money. They're gonna use us, fam. They're gonna
Hey,
they're gonna give a lot of black people they're gonna give a lot of black people they're gonna give a lot of black people awards. They're gonna let black people host. They're gonna feature and talk about black people. And as soon as we start watching this shit and giving it the ratings that they want, I guarantee you they will wipe this shit right the fuck back up and forget about every Negro that they have been clamoring to try to use because they shit is wildly popular. It's not a fucking wonder why they trying to attach themselves to Quatina Brunson. She's talented. She has an incredible fucking show. They're gonna attach themselves to you like a fucking anchor.
yeah,
Use all your
gotta
shit, bolster theirs, and then they're gonna toss you right to the fucking wayside.
gotta play the hits.
Hey, at a point we gotta smarten up. We gotta watch them. At a point we gotta stop being so thirsty to get in the fucking building that they're gonna kick us out of as soon as they get nice.
Hey,
And we say, you know what? Fuck that shit and stand on it. Not when they start to try to throw us a little bit of shit and say, come on in. No, refuse it. Say, no, I don't want to come in. I'm cool. Y'all ain't want me to in. I don't need you now.
hey, our producer dope as hell. I just thought about this shit. We said bald white guy from the 90s, and she pulled up the exact show we was talking about. Like, how vague was that?
Oh, it was definitely not it was not very descriptive.
And no
Bald
fucking
white guy.
clue.
Bald fucking white. I mean, it didn't even pull up
Hey,
an array.
hey,
She
producer,
pulled up the exact
hit the
show.
mic. If you can hit the mic,
Bald white guy
what did you
from the
Google?
fucking 90s.
What did you
There's
Google?
two bald white guys in this shot.
Hey, producer, what did you Google to get that up?
Dot was singing the song, so I put in the lyrics of that song,
Oh, okay.
Hey,
There you
quick
go.
with it. It's quick
and then
motherfucker.
it was like one picture show popped up. And I was like, oh, that's it. I knew the show he was talking about too, but I couldn't think of it.
Everybody know this dude, we just don't know his fucking name.
Damn, if you
He plays a
Google,
loser very,
if
very
you
well.
IMDb this nigga, I guarantee you he got about 10,000.
10,000 credits, all losers. But yeah, they do that, and at a point we gotta start watching that shit. We gotta start watching for it and start falling for the trick and start falling in the trap. We're going to because they're giving black folks Emmys and it feels good. We're going to make the Emmys popular. We're gonna get them shits right the fuck back on up, and they're gonna forget about us again. They want the Emmys to be a thing because they want shows and events in which they can dress up and get patted on the back and be given nice shiny things and smile and have people cheer for them. People love that across the board.
Yeah, definitely top 5 of my favorite shits.
Yeah, but this is theirs. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, yay to adulation. Shout out to adulation.
Shout out to adulation. Yeah, but
But I
line
mean,
up.
Hey, let me play devil's advocate so I can get off some of this angst so I don't read the rest of these text messages. But it's probably still gonna happen. I said, let me play devil's advocate in this scenario so I can get off some of this angst so that I could possibly not read the rest of these text messages. It's probably still gonna happen. More than likely, it's still gonna happen. But right now, I'm gonna try to save these people's whatever they have left.
Do you think?
Let me play devil's advocate. Is there any scenario where Martin was firing on all cylinders, right? But like he's an A player all throughout the 90s, firing at 90 on every slider. So that's why we hold him in such a high affinity. But somebody else was 30 across the board in 98 in this. And another show was 30 across the board and 97 in that. And then one show was 10 across the board and then 100 in this. And those were the winners of the Emmys all those years. Is there any room for that? And Martin was just a solid 95 slider. Just rebounds, points, assists.
I gotta see who won those Emmys back in that time. So I'm gonna check out Martin to see when he aired.
But you say he wasn't even nominated, so that means they got to be 6 shows that's just all in a shit.
Martin was in 1992. So let's go 1992 Emmy winners. Emmy nominees. Okay. For nominees, Primetime Emmy Awards, we got drama lead actors. Let's skip all of them. A whole lot of fucking drama. Outstanding comedy series, we got Cheers, Seinfeld, Home Improvement, Murphy Brown. Okay, that was 92, Martin first year.
Hey, that's a badass lineup. Maybe Home Improvement could have got bumped.
I'll put Martin up for Home Improvement. I'll put
That's
Martin
what I
up
just said. Home Improvement could have bumped. But I just talked about Murphy Brown may be the best show in history. I literally just said that.
I'll put it up against Murphy Brown. But those were the shows in 92. About actresses, Marion Ross, that was a mama from was a mother from Happy Days. I don't know what show she was on.
Hey, hold on. Before we move, let me just ask a question.
What's the question?
Is that first shit you read, is it as what's a good word? I don't want to say racial.
Plain word.
Landslide. Was it as much of a when I first heard this shit, instantly I thought 6 of them shows impossible. But no, 6 of them shows are just as good, if not arguably better than Martin. 2 people.
All right, cool. All right, you know what?
I'm asking you. I was just asking a question. Is that a lot closer to the realm of believable than before we started? The 6 shows that you just read off. Because I would have just thought they was gonna be.
It's always gonna be believable. It's always gonna be somewhat
unbelievable to you, though.
To me, yes. That's what makes it so fucking diabolical. It's always gonna be some shit to make you think like, yeah, well, I mean, that was good too. But no, but our shit was good too. So why not our shit? You got fucking shows up here with all the white shows. Why all the white shows make the cut, but none of the black shows? That's weird to me. But let's go to 93. Martin had got a little bit of foot in. It was in for us. It was in the season. Let me go back to the out. Let's go to the. I'm gonna just go to the comedies again. So once again, Cheers, Seinfeld, Larry Sanders Show, Home Improvement, Murphy Brown. That was 92. 90. That was 92. Let's go. No, I did 92. That was 93. Let's go 94. 94 Emmy nominees. For the shows, comedies, we got Seinfeld, Mad About You, Larry Sanders, Frasier, Home Improvement. Frasier, the first year Frasier get the fuck out here. Now it's right in. Martin been kicking for 2 fucking years, and we ain't got no nominee yet. But Seinfeld every fucking year. Mad About You ain't fucking great. Man, nothing good about Mad
Damn,
About
them
You.
white people was mad about you, fam.
That's my point, though, man. This is their shit, and for them to act as though our shit was great, but just not great enough. No, I'm pushing back on that. They did not know about our shit. None of our shit ever permeated. It never cracked. It never got through in their zeitgeist. Come on.
Now, mind you, I'm just
I
playing
ain't seen a
devil's
Mad About
advocate here.
You rerun ever. Martin ain't never left the air. Keep going.
Now, mind you, I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
I know.
Isn't that the epitome of what we've been asking for? To
Man,
hold up,
Joe,
treat us
no,
fairly.
I'm just giving you the history.
Now, hold on. I'm asking a question. Do you think these white motherfuckers really looked at Martin and thought that it was as good as these shows they named? So no, they weighted accurately, and they didn't give us no kid gloves, and we didn't get participation trophy. They real live believe. Hold on, let me finish. Hold on. They real live finish. They real live believe that Mad About You. They real live believe Frasier. They real live believe are all better than Martin.
Yes.
So weren't they being fair in that regard by not just giving him the because you black vote?
Fam, I'm not asking it for the because you were black. I am saying because it was good, because it was funny, because we still watch it today.
Listen again. They thought all of them. Listen again. They genuinely thought all of those shows were better than Martin.
That's the point I'm making. They genuinely thought that they shit was better. They didn't think it was better because it was better. They thought it was better because it was white. They genuinely thought it was better, but only because it was white. My shit has to be better because it's better. It's white. 95. Let me get this shit out. Seinfeld, Mad About You, Larry Sanders, Frasier, then Friends. I ain't see Martin. I ain't see Living Single. I ain't see a Family Matters on this motherfucker. Cosby Show, Different World. None of those. Friends, though. I see Friends on here in 95. 96, and I think Martin ended in like 98, 97. 96 Emmys. What they get, it ain't gonna be a fucking stretch. Seinfeld, Mad About You, Larry Sanders, Frasier, and Friends again. And they're gonna repeat the same shit and only put their own individual people in the running every year as though they're the only things that are good on television. It wasn't an accident. It was on purpose. They ignored you purposely. They ignore us purposefully. And we keep trying to get into their bullshit clubs, and we'll get in. But we'll get in, and we'll be on a trial fucking membership. And it'll expire in 24 months. And then they'll forget about us again for another 30 years. And all the great television shows that we sit here and look at and hold near and dear to our heart, sit here and look at Blackish, sit here and look at Tracy Ellis Ross and be like, never, not none of them. But Sofia Vergara is just, Sofia Vergara is that much more of a better comedic actress than Tracy Ellis Ross.
She ain't get one?
No. Anthony Anderson ain't got one, but the son from Modern Family, he can get one. Anthony Anderson been on TV forever, working, doing fine work.
Hey, let me ask you
It can't
another
be
question.
a Lucy Award for us. It can't be a body of work accumulation for us. Oh,
Another
you
question.
been on TV and it's getting in the ratings forever, but I ain't gonna never nominate this motherfucker though.
All right, another question. So, do those shows that was nominated all those years, do they favor anything other than ethnically and racially? Like, do they favor in style of comedy?
White people. That's it. That's all.
So no, it wasn't. Those weren't all dry humor shows, and Martin wasn't a dry humor show.
You saying Friends was a dry humor show?
Yes, I 100% saying
Joey
Friends
put
was
an
a dry humor.
entire turkey on his fucking head. That was the bit. It's
That was
not dry
out.
humor,
There's
man.
outliers and everything, but Friends for the most
Damn,
first they
give you
they weren't
examples.
cracking any jokes on
Oh,
Friends. They were just sitting in a coffee shop. It was dry humor.
it was not dry
They were
humor. It was
sitting
not.
in a
It's
coffee shop.
slapstick
They
shit.
weren't
They
cracking
didn't do
any jokes.
anything. They did all of the shit that Living Single did, but worse.
No, they didn't.
They did. They did though. They
Living
did though.
Single
The
did
intermingling
actual
of the friends.
trope.
They had the friends. They had the will they won't they shit going on with Maxine and Kyle.
See, this is why these water cooler points should be delved into deeper. But that's not what we're talking about now.
We talking about
We're not talking about the outer layer of what Friends stole. You can't just carry over that talking point into this new
what talking
conversation.
point am I carrying over? Just give it to me, fam. Don't just tell
That
me.
Was stole from Living Single.
It was a copy of it, fam. I don't give a fuck
It
what.
was, but it wasn't a copy of the content.
Okay, cool.
And that's what we're talking about now.
We're
You
talking
can't
about
just
the
carry that
actual
water
show,
cooler
fam.
talking point
No.
over to a
Hey,
new
look, fam,
conversation.
no, they didn't get a motherfucking stockbroker
All right, never mind.
and an actor and a freewheeling spirit. I don't know what the fuck this person does, and another individual who just flies through life as a fashionista. No, they didn't do that. They didn't do that. So we can't say that Regine embodied a lot of the characteristics of the Jennifer Aniston character. We can't say that because of that. We can't say that they took the whole aesthetic of the Ross and Rachel will they won't they shit. We can say that they took it from Cheers. They did. They did. They did. But they also took it more immediately from the point in time of the friends, people living in the same brownstones in New York City from Living Single. Hey, look, even if it's not a line by line carbon copy, to say that they are not comparable, to say that year after year after year after year, it's Friends that gets the Emmy nomination, it's Friends that gets the Emmy nod, and Living Single gets ignored and ignored and ignored and ignored and then canceled. It ain't an accident, fam.
There was a parallel.
Don't understand how these things work. They took all that shit off of Fox and they replaced it with some bullshit.
There was a parallel performance, and I don't know if there have been many, but there was one in particular that I remember top of my head was when Kyle was dating a girl who had a weird laugh, and he brought her over, and no one liked her. She was kind of snobby, and she had that laugh like.
She was the one when it was snowed in, and she was a efficiency expert or some shit.
I don't know the details, but maybe. But she was like pretty, a little bit
Yeah, she kept
petite,
organizing people's shit.
and she laughed funny.
Yeah.
And then they played an episode of Friends when Chandler was dating I forgot the girl names, but he was dating that girl, and she had it was like the same, like the scene that the things that they talked about when they put it next to each other were very similar. And then she did the laugh just like they did the laugh on Living Single. I was just giving an example of something that they did have that was kind of like mirrored.
That's a great example, but it's easy to talk away. That is a situational comedy trope. That has happened in almost every fucking situational comedy at some point. Every single one.
It's one thing when I do it 30 years after the fucking Three's Company did it. It's a whole nother thing when I do it this season and you come the season after my show debuts and do the exact same shit.
You mean
You put 3 guys and 3 girls into a situation and you try to couple some of them off and not the rest of them, and you give them eccentric personalities and you
I,
play it a
I'm
little bit.
I'm
So
I'm
you
just
build
speaking
this
to the one
character.
point you made, just the one,
I
just the
know
one.
you're only speaking to one. I know, but you
I'm
losing
address them as they come.
so
I'm not finna do that no more.
wholeheartedly. You just pushing back to push back, and you don't.
I said that.
I know. The point is, you don't have to, though.
All right, well then I'm fucking finna just read these text messages then. I told you why I was doing it.
No,
I'm trying to get off my angst.
I get you want to get some angst out, but we getting angst out in the wrong spot. We
No,
having
these are legit. No, hold on.
you
I'm not just making shit up. These are
destroying your
legitimate
shit,
devils.
and you just keep saying, "Well, I mean, so."
These are legitimate devil's adversarial things. I'm not just fucking with you. I am logically deducing legitimate adversarial things. I'm not just pulling shit out my ass. So that is the trope she brought up is a situational comedy trope. I'm just speaking to that. Now other things may have also been copied, but I'm gonna speak to this one trope she talking and the nanny.
Yes,
That
the
whole
trope
show is based on that trope.
the trope, the annoying girlfriend of one of
Only
our
speaking
friends
to the trope,
being
bro.
yeah, but what I'm saying is the annoying girlfriend being introduced to our friend group and she's antagonistic to all of them is a common sitcom trope. Yes, it happens. They did it on Seinfeld. They did it on. They're doing a lot of shit. They did it on fucking Martin. He brought around an annoying girlfriend and nobody like. It happens, and shows will do it multiple times. The issue we're bringing up is when they do it and then you do it. And not that you just use the trope of the annoying girlfriend, but you give the annoying girlfriend the same characteristics. And you do one-to-one comparisons of similar actions or the same things. And it's kind of like, what the fuck? As y'all in my shit, y'all in my studio audience with a notepad and a pen, taking notes, writing our shit down, then going over there and tinkering it a little bit, putting a little bit of your sauce on it, coming out like, well, it's all brand new thing. No, it's not. No, it's not. You don't get to say that you make barbecue sauce because you put your own
Hummus.
brown sugar and some tomato choppings and some sweet baby rays.
Hummus. It's hummus. Let's
Hey,
go extra
well,
white.
that's what it is. I'm just saying, you don't get to claim that because you do that. You don't get to claim yourself as a barbecue sauce expert because you put a little sugar in your shit. I add some peppers, so no, nigga, that sweet baby rays with some doctoring. Fuck out of here.
Hey, hold on. Nigga, that
Ha!
is how black
Hey,
people make barbecue sauce, nigga.
hey, you mix open bit with
That's
sweet.
how
Hey, why?
some black people
Hey,
make
Oh,
barbecue
why,
sauce.
sweet baby rays, a little bit of honey, salt and pepper.
nigga? Why did I just pick up my? Why do I continue to pick up my bong to talk into it instead of this microphone that's in my right hand? I'm picking up my bong in my left hand, talking to this motherfucker like, hello. But yeah, no, them motherfuckers definitely have prodded through some African Americanisms. That one-to-one wardrobe from Regine to Fran Drescher.
Danny Fran.
Yeah, that was more numerable than fucking the minutia of the shows. Now
That was just the overt shit to slap you in the face with it. Like, I ain't even gonna try. Fuck it. That shit look good. We gonna do that.
but like I said, being devil's advocate, I less have a problem with that than the nanny shit. The things that happen on Friends and all that shit. The reason I even said all that shit is because in my estimation, there are two completely different humoristic approaches. One of them is dry humor. One of them is just straight comedy, some slapstick, some stoogery. It's a lot of shit going on, Martin. Friends, for the most part, I don't remember or recall any overt comedy happening on there. It was just basically bland implication of
They
comedy.
had an episode where Chandler had an issue with his balls getting smacked on the butt. They had an episode where they shot a motherfucker with a tranquilizer dart in the ass and they were loopy. They had an episode where they put a motherfucker in a box for the entire episode. The whole gag was he was gonna be in the box because he wronged his friend. They had a whole nother episode where before that, the reason why they put that motherfucker in a box was because the roommate had built a TV stand and decided to, as a selling feature, say you could fit a whole human in here. And the motherfucker that he was trying to sell it to locked his ass in and then robbed their apartment. And you know what they did to facilitate furniture in their apartment for these two grown ass men? They put a kayak in their living room and told the motherfuckers to sit on that and paddle while they watch Baywatch and shit. Tropey, slapstick, stupid ass premises on all kinds of shit. One of the motherfuckers had a pet monkey that he was attached to. I'm just saying they did a bunch of dumb shit. One of the chicks thought her mother was reincarnated as a cat. One of these bitches gave birth to her son's triplets.
To her son's triplets.
Her brother's triplets. She got in vitro fertilized with her brother and her brother's wives materials, and they gave her a baby, 3 of them. They had a whole contest to rename a motherfucker. One motherfucker's name was Chandler Bing, and on his TV guide it was Chandler Bong or whatever, but they made a note of it. But they named this individual Chandler. His mama was a cross-dresser. They put Kathy Bates in a dress and told you that she was a man. And I know Kathy Bates in a dress sounds like, why? What's wrong with that? But when you hear it, that was the thing. His mom was a sex-crazed lunatic. His father wore a wig and regularly got caught trying to smash their mom. Like, it was all kinds of tomfoolery just through that show. It wasn't some sophisticated, dry humor, witty, cutting edge, thought-provoking piece. It was some bullshit sitcom. Forget about your day. It sucks. Come watch us be stupid for a half hour.
Okay, dry humor, deadpan, dry humor, or dry wit humor is the deliberate display of emotional neutrality or no emotion, commonly as a form of comedic delivery to contrast with the ridiculousness or absurdity of the subject matter. So it's not saying that ain't no comedy happening. It's silly shit happening, but their response to it isn't that of normal individuals.
I feel you. I just wouldn't categorize Friends as a dry humor show.
I mean, that's in my estimation, in my opinion, that's what exactly was. They had the same absurdity of Martin, but they didn't make faces. They dealt with it as if it was their real life.